The deaths linked to COVID-19 here in Arizona are not just a number that changes daily. They are real people who have left behind grieving family members. That includes longtime Valley DJ Kris Chupp, also known as DJ Steele, who lost his battle against the virus yesterday. Steele's sister telling us that her brother died from complications related to COVID-19. Steele's family wants to thank everyone all over the valley who offered prayers and support during this very difficult time.